Here's 5 tips when visiting Universal Studios in Orlando that may surprise you. Number 1 is about shoes. Now, I've seen a lot of videos about wearing comfortable shoes and which shoes to wear, but no one ever told me to bring multiple pairs of shoes. So, one time when we visited Universal, it absolutely poured down rain and all of my kids' shoes got completely wet. And there was no way that they were going to dry in time for the next day to go back to the park. So we had to go out to the store and buy everyone another pair of shoes. Now you could buy something like this from Amazon that you could actually zip up over your shoes, but I prefer to bring another pair of shoes and I just do a generic brand from Amazon. So it's only $20 or $25. That way, if they have to use them, they might not be the most comfortable, but at least we'll get them by. Also, I've heard Crocs are a good option as well. Number 2, since we're talking about rain, is that Florida does get a lot of random rainstorms. So I think it's a pretty standard tip that I've seen in a lot of videos to pack your own poncho. You can get them for less than $10 rather than having to pay for it at Universal like we did, which they cost like $30 or $35. But what I didn't know is that rain doesn't necessarily mean your time in the theme parks is ruined. Because what happens when it does start to rain, a lot of people leave. And these storms are usually very short lived. So, yes, they do shut down a lot of rides. And when they do open back up, the lines are a lot shorter. So, it's a great time to get through the theme park in less time with less crowds. Plus, sometimes they do keep some of the rides open, like the water rides, which you're getting wet on anyway. Number 3 is I don't think anyone talks about how bad the food is at Universal Studios. So, this was our 3rd time here. We got a little bit smarter. We rented an Airbnb where we could cook some food. But overall, I have to say the food is not great, even in City Walk. And of course, that's just my opinion, but I was surprised, especially because so many people talk about the food at Disney. I would figure at Universal it would be the same. Number 4 is if you are traveling with anyone with a documented handicap or disability, then they will get the Fast Pass for free, and the entire group can go into the line with them. And number 5 has been a travel game changer for me. So I use this tip not only when I visit theme parks, but anytime I travel. Sore, achy feet was one of the top complaints of my children when visiting Universal Studios. So what we would do at night is go to the ice machine and then start filling up the bathtub with ice and cold water, and then they could soak their feet for as long as they could stand it, maybe 2 or 3 times. Then after that, have them lay on their back and elevate their feet for about 5 or 10 minutes. And I'm telling you, this is a miracle remedy for those sore and aching feet. And like I mentioned, I use this every place that I travel now. So those are the 5 tips that I have learned from going to Universal Studios that I haven't seen in any other videos. But I would love to hear your tips and tricks as well. I'm sure you have probably visited Universal a lot more than I have, and I do respond to all comments and questions, so just drop them in the comment section below. And if you are new to our channel, 3 Days and Tres Noches brings you honest travel tips, information, and reviews about the destinations that we go to. We're not a travel vlog or a travel agency. We're just trying to help you avoid some of the mistakes that we have made during our travels. So we would love if you subscribe to our channel, and you can also find us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook.